Before we go any further with this demonstration, please go up one level to the recordings part of the audio and listen to the Maple Leaf Rag recording. Also have your critique sheet in front of you so that we can refer to it at any time. The title of this tune is Maple Leaf Rag. It was composed by Scott Joplin, who also in this case is the performer of the tune as well. This particular recording was actually made in 1984 from a piano roll that was performed by the composer in 1913. The era of this tune was the ragtime era, which is actually a pre-jazz era. The instrumentation for this particular tune was the piano. The melodic texture is homophonic and monophonic. The popular nature of this tune created a relatively simple harmonic texture as well as few chords in the chord progression. The form or structure of this tune is the ragtime form. In the ragtime form of this tune, there are actually 4 different thematic sections, and the schematic outline of the form overall is A, B, B, A, C, C, D, D. That's the entire tune. The meter of this tune is a relatively common 4 beats per measure, bar, or unit. The tempo of this tune is relatively medium fast, and the instrumental solo for this tune is simply the keyboard itself because it's the only instrument. This would be considered a shout tune because of the relatively fast tempo of the piece. We would not normally construe this piece as having call and response, except when the riffs that are used in the tune travel from one hand to the other hand and back. We would talk about this particular piece having breaks when the left hand accompaniment stops briefly, allowing the right hand to play a riff, or vice versa. Any breaks would have to be considered instrumental breaks because the piano is the only instrument. There is no ostinato or repeated background melodic figures used in this piece. The rhythmic feel would not be any of those feels represented on the critique sheet, because in this case there is no sense of swing except for the preponderance of syncopated figures in the music. There is no triplet or swing feel. To describe it, we would probably have to use the word straight feel. There are no changes in the meter, tempo, form, or dynamics, as there usually was not in any popular forms. And there also is no stop time in this music. In a moment, we will listen to the piece of music, and I will make a few comments regarding the form and a few other elements in the music as we hear the piece. You should note that there is no introduction to the piece except for one what we would call pickup beat that occurs before the beginning of the actual form of the tune. The sections of the form, which I schematically outlined as A, B, B, A, C, C, D, D, each of those sections will be, in this case, 16 bars. Each of those bars is in a meter of 4, so I will count 4 beats and then start the count over at 1. Here we go with Maple Leaf Rag. Remember the 1 beat pickup note. I will begin my count of the meter and form with the second measure of the piece. This is the first A. 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4, 6, 2, 3, 4, 7, 2, 3, 4, 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 2, 3, 4, 10, 2, 3, 4, 11, 2, 3, 4, 12, 2, 3, 4, 13, 14, 15, 16. Second A, same theme. Nine, 10, 2, 3, 4, 11, 2, 3, 4, 12. And now we have the B. 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9, 10, 11, 12. The B represents an entirely new melody or theme. And here's the second B. Same melody again for another 16 bars. Nine, 10, 11, 12. Back to the A once again. So the same melody we heard at the beginning of the tune. You can hear that there is no sense of triplet swing, that the beats are divided exactly in half. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Da 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 da. Not swing. Da 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 da. Here's the C section. Nine, 10, 11, 12. You'll notice that in the left hand, or the lower notes that he's playing a stride style, which means he's playing a bass note on 1 and 3 of each measure, and chords with 2 and 4, being bump, boom, bump, boom, bump, boom, bump, boom, bump. And in the right hand, he's playing the melodic material. D section. So if boom is the bass note and chuck are the chords, boom chuck, boom chuck, boom chuck, boom chuck, boom chuck. This is a style of piano that continued into several other styles, and in particular the stride style of piano of the 20s and 30s. Please make sure you listen to the next selection on the Smithsonian, which is this same tune, Maple Leaf Rag, performed by not Scott Joplin, but in this case, a guy by the name of Jelly Roll Morton. The difference in the two performances will be, while this performance was from the ragtime era, Jelly Roll Morton will have transmogrified or changed the performance of the tune into a jazz era tune, adding the sense of triplet or swing-oriented eighth notes, and also improvisation, which this ragtime piece did not have.